We're live. All right, folks. Welcome, everybody, to the Holy Bible. And today we're going to keep on reading from First Chronicles. So, welcome in and God bless each and every one of y'all. For those of y'all tuning in and any of y'all abroad. So, yeah, we're continuing, as I said, then the Chronicles, the first book of the Chronicles. So, here we go. Jerry, God bless you and welcome in. Oh, check this out. Take the cap and put it in. How's your day, Jerry? Huh. I can make a little bit of an orange flashlight. All right. I'm going to flip that. All right. Let's continue. And let's... So yesterday, I think we read chapters 9, 10, and 11. So let's get here. If this thing will open. Okay. Good. Just uploaded my first bit. Oh, check it out. I might actually fail my immunology lab. Well, God bless you, Mike, and welcome in. Um, Immunology lab. Well, just say a prayer right now. Um, Pray to the Lord that I'm going to get high right now as Adam resurrects this 3817 channel. Oh, you saw that? Yeah, I noticed at 12 o'clock that it was back online. How are you? I'm doing good. And how's it going, Metro? God bless you and welcome in. Um, yeah, I'm just talking about Adam's new, or not new, but old channel. Here it is. It's got a lot of edgy content. So if you want to find out some of this very old continent, I said continent on purpose, he DM'd it to me. But yeah, there it is. For those of y'all who don't know about it, check it out. Who did he bribe on YouTube? I don't know. I don't think he bribed anyone, to be honest. I just think that God answered his prayers. He was like, God's like, you know what? I'm going to give this channel back to Adam. I know he's lost hope, but I believe that it will work out all in my plan. And how much was the bribe? Oh, the bribe was a prayer. That's all. It's almost an impossible dream. I was like, we can just be, you know, there's still that small chance, even though Adam's like, I'm pretty sure it's all gone forever. But there's this small glimpse of hope that was there. And, Adam got it back. Will my bribe on Sora AI work? I don't know. I mean, it could work, but it'll eventually lead to disaster. So I must bribe someone on OpenAI to get my channel back? No bribes. Just prayer. And if that prayer isn't answered, maybe God's calling you to do something different. So, you know, um, chapter 8, I think we went over chapter 8. So, that's the genealogy of Benjamin and King Saul. Chapter 9 goes over in detail of all the people from Jerusalem and, the duties of the Levites and those who worked in the temple for worship service, and more ancestry and descendants of Saul, and how what happened leading up to the death of Saul, and everything that happened afterward. And then chapter 11, that was chapter 10. And then chapter 11 is what happened when Saul was king and his crew. Or not, no, I mean David, not Saul. When David was made king, anointed king. Now, Mike, I tell you right now, there's no bribes involved. I trust Adam that he's not a briber, but rather a man of faith. Well, speaking of which, between you and I, there's a video that he uploaded, which he was like, "How's it going, guys? Michael here." And, well, the point is, it's called Jesus Take the Wheel. So, Jesus Take the Wheel, one of his catchphrases there was eat, sleep, pray, or eat, sleep, Jesus, repeat. That's what it's called. And then, you know, now looking back at it, it was so much different energy than what happened after Adam uh, accepted Jesus. Well, my connection went out, you guys, but we're back. We're backissimo. Um, yeah, without getting on a tangent for any longer, let's go into chapter 12. Let's get a sip of water first. We're going to have to keep an eyeball on the bit rate because if it drops, then it puts the stream in jeopardy. Okay, so let's start chapter 12. Now, these are the men, or this is called David's supporters in Ziklag. Now, these are the men who came to David at Ziklag while he was still restricted because of Saul, the son of Kish. And they were among the mighty men who helped them in war. They were equipped with bows, using both the right hand and the left to sling stones and shoot arrows with the bow. They were Saul's kinsmen from Benjamin. The chief was Ahiezer, then Joash, the sons of Shema the Gibeathite, or Shema the Gibeathite, and Jeziel and Pelet, the sons of Azmaveth, and Baraka, or something, and Jehu the Anathothite, and Ishmael the Gibeonite, a mighty man among the 30, and in charge of the 30, or in charge of 30. Then Jeremiah, Jahaziel, Johanan, Josabad the Giderethite, Eluzite, Jeremoth, Bealiah, Shemariah, Shephatiah, the Harpopathite, Haruphite, Elkanah, Ishiah, Azarel, Joezer, Jashobeam, the Korahites, and Joela and Zebediah, the sons of Jeroham at Gedor. From the Gadites, valiant mighty men went over to David at the stronghold in the wilderness, men trained for war who could handle a large shield and spear, whose faces were like the faces of lions, and they were swift as the gazelles on the mountains. These are the first, Obadiah the second, Eliab the third, Mishmannah the fourth, Jeremiah the fifth, Adai the sixth, Eliel the seventh, Johanan the eighth, Elzabad the ninth, Jeremiah the tenth, and Machani the 11th. These men from the sons of Gad were captains of the army. The one who was least was equal to 100, and the greatest to 1,000. These are the great ones who crossed the Jordan in the first month, when it was overflowing in all its banks, and they put to flight all those in the valleys to the east and to the west. And some of the sons of Benjamin and Judah came to the stronghold of David. David went out to meet them and said to them, "If you come peacefully to help me, my heart shall be united with you. But if to betray me to my enemies, since there is no wrong in my hands, may the God of our fathers look on it and decide." And then the Spirit covered Amasai like clothing, the chief of the 30, and he said, "We are yours, David, and war with you, son of Jesse. Peace, peace to you, and peace to him who helps you. Indeed, your God helps you." Then David received them and made them captains of the troops. From Manasseh, some also defected to David when he was about to go to battle with the Philistines against Saul. But he did not help them, because the governors of the Philistines sent him away after consultation, saying, "At the cost of our heads he might defect to his master Saul." As he was going to Ziklag, men from Manasseh defected to him: Abner, Jozabad, Jediel, Michael, Jozabad, Elihu, and Zilethai, captains of thousands who belonged to Manasseh. It says Jozabad twice. They helped David against the band of raiders, for they were all valiant, mighty men, and were captains of the army. For day by day men came to David to help them until there was a great army like the army of God. Supporters gathered at Hebron. Now these were the members of the divisions equipped for war, who came to David at Hebron to turn the kingdom of Saul to him according to the word of the Lord. The sons of Judah, who carried the shield and the spear, who numbered 6,800, equipped for war. And the sons of Simeon, valiant mighty men of war, 7,100. From the sons of Levi, 4,600. Now Jehoiada was the leader of the house of Aaron, and with him were 3,700. Also Zadok, a valiant, mighty man, and from his father's house, 22 captains. From the sons of Benjamin, Saul's kinsmen, 3,000, for until now the majority of them had kept their allegiance to the house of Saul. From the sons of Ephraim, 20,800 valiant, mighty men, famous men in their fathers' households. From the half-tribe of Manasseh, 18,000 who were designated by name to come and make David king. From the sons of Issachar, men who understood the times with knowledge of what Israel should do, their chiefs were 200, and all their kinsmen were at their command. From Zebulun, there were 50,000 who went out in the army, who could draw up in battle formation with all kinds of weapons of war, and help David with an undivided heart. From Naphtali there were 1,000 captains, and with them 37,000 with shield and spear. From the Danites who could draw up in battle formation, there were 26,600 or 28,600. From Asher, there were 40,000 who went out in the army to draw up in battle formation. From the other side of the Jordan, from the Reubenites, the Gadites, and the half tribe of Manasseh, there were 120,000 with all kinds of weapons of war for the battle. All these, being men of war who helped in battle formation, came to Hebron with a perfect heart to make David king over all Israel. And all the rest of Israel also were of one mind to make David king. They were there with David for 3 days, eating and drinking, for their kinsmen had prepared for them. Moreover, those who were near to them, as far as Issachar, Zebulun, and Naphtali, brought food on donkeys, camels, mules, and on oxen, great quantities of flour cakes, fig cakes, and bunches of raisins, wine, oil, oxen, and sheep. There was joy indeed in Israel. So it just describes more people who were in charge during David's reign as king over Israel. Okay, so that we're going to continue with chapter 13, peril in transporting the ark. Oh, and also chapter 12 goes into detail about who or which kind of people were in war or battled for war against people and formation and stuff. Chapter 13, peril in transporting the ark. Then David consulted with the captains of the thousands and the hundreds, with every leader. Then David said to all the assembly of Israel, if it seems good to you, and if it is from the Lord our God, let us send a word everywhere to our kinsmen who remain in all the land of Israel, and to the priests and the Levites who are with them in their cities with pasture lands, that they meet with us, and let us bring back the ark of our God to us, since we did not seek it in the days of Saul. Then all the assembly said that they would do so, for this was right in the eyes of all the people. So David assembled all Israel together from the Shihor of Egypt to the entrance of Hamath, to bring the ark of God from Kiriath Jearim. David and all Israel went up to Baalah, that is, to Kiriath Jearim, which belongs to Judah, to bring up from there the ark of God, the Lord, who is enthroned above the cherubim, where his name is called. And they carried the ark of God on a new cart from the house of Abinadab, and Uzzah and Ahio drove the cart. David and all Israel were celebrating before God with all their might, with songs and lyres, harps, tambourines, cymbals, and trumpets. When it came to the threshing floor of Kedon, Uzzah put out his hand to hold the ark because the oxen nearly overturned him. But the anger of the Lord burned against Uzzah, so he struck him because he had put out his hand toward the ark, and he died there before God. Then David became angry because of the Lord's outburst against Uzzah, and he called it place Perez Uzzah, as it is to this day. David was afraid of God that day, saying, how can I bring the ark of God home to me? So David did not take the ark with him to the city of David, but took it aside to the house of Obed-Edom the Gittite. And the ark of God remained with the family of Obed-Edom in his house for 3 months. And the Lord blessed the family of Obed-Edom and all that he had. So, I have no idea why the Lord was angry for putting his hand in there. He wanted to protect it, but nevertheless, that's what happened. And it goes to show that this is chapter 13 when they were getting the ark of the Lord to their place. Uh-oh. Probably going to get called up in a moment. Chapter 14, David's family enlarged. Now Hiram, king of Tyre, sent messengers to David with cedar trees, masons, and carpenters to build a house for him. And David realized that the Lord had established him as king over Israel, and that his kingdom was highly exalted for the sake of his people Israel. Then David took more wives in Jerusalem, and David fathered more sons and daughters. Then these are the names of the children born to him in Jerusalem: Shemua, Shobab, Nathan, Solomon, Ibhar, Elishua, Elpelet, Nogah, Nepheg, Japhiah, Elishama, Beeliada, and Eliphalet. Philistines defeated. When the Philistines heard that David had been anointed king over all Israel, all the Philistines went up in search of David, and David heard about it and went out against them. Now the Philistines had come and carried out a raid in the valley of Rephaim. And David inquired of God, saying, Shall I go up against the Philistines? And will you hand them over to me? Then the Lord said to him, Go up, for I will hand him over to you. So they came up to Baal Perazim, and David defeated them there. And David said, God has broken through my enemies by my hand, like the breakthrough of waters. Therefore they named that place Baal Perazim. They abandoned their gods there, so David gave the order, and they were burnt with fire. The Philistines carried out yet another raid in the valley. David inquired again of God, and God said to him, He shall now go up after him, circle around behind him, and come at them in front of the baka shrubs. When you hear the sound of marching in the tops of the baka shrubs, then you shall go out to battle, for God will have gone out before you to strike the army of the Philistines. David did just as God commanded him. And then they defeated the army of the Philistines from Gibeon as far as Gezer. Then the fame of David spread in all the lands, and the Lord brought the fear of him on all the nations. So, talks about the offspring of David and what happened when David defeated the Philistines. And I think I'm going to take a short break, and then I'll be back in just a moment. Oh, hello. Oh, my goodness. Congratulations on getting your old channel back. I noticed yesterday at 12 o'clock or 11 o'clock, I'm not sure, that, wait, Adam3817 with the old profile pic? Wait, could it be? And then surely enough, I see that, and wow. Incredible. It's been a minute with this channel, LOL. Yep, a New York minute. In a New York minute, anything can change. Well, not really a New York minute, but what would I say? A hot minute. Well, congratulations. So now that you have this channel back, Um, I wonder what will happen now. Lots of, I plan to do surprise stream tonight. Okay, sounds great. Hey, thanks. Anytime. Yeah. You know, um, finally got a vertical overlay ready. Let me see if I could paste it in here. Now, it's not going to work on your channel yet. You still have to paste it into, um, well, let me first copy this one over there. But, oh well. Well, actually, I'm just sharing this just in case you decide one day to stream vertically. But, yeah. Um, so you can use this overlay, this vertical overlay, if you, I'm not saying that you're going to do vertical, but if you ever decide this is what it looks like, you just have to sign in to your stream elements via your Adam 3817 channel. And as for the regular overlay, the regular one is right here. So it's going to ask you to sign in to stream elements. Make sure you sign in with the Adam 3817 channel. And then from there, it'll automatically install. And you should see it on stream elements on this account. This account that seemed like it was buried. It almost seemed like I don't know. It seemed like a 1,000-year old coffin that's been sitting 6 feet under. When somebody rang the bell. Doorbell rang. I'll see who it is. BRB. Sorry about that. I'm back. I'm back. And I'm back. Okay. That's what Joey's World Tour would say. Of course, he would have a more beautiful voice than I. At least that moment. But yeah. Um, it's like Lazarus. He was raised by Jesus from the dead. Incredible. And now, because of what happened, we get to see the Wallace Giant Bee. Which, okay. If you're still there, Adam, um, at what time do you plan to make your surprise stream? If you're still there. Actually, you know what? I think I'll take a break from the Bible and then come back to it, um, afterward, after the stream is over. And yeah, we will see what's going on. All right. Again, folks, if you want to subscribe to Adam3817, Just look for Adam3817 right here, and I'll paste the link. Folks, check this out. The Wallace Giants B. Oh man, I've been drooling for moments like these. And here we are. Uh-oh. The AirPods fumbled. So here's the deal. We're gonna come back later. Right now, we're gonna go celebrate a special man's uh, milestone. His prison sentence pretty much has been completed. He's out of the penalty box, and we get to go celebrate with him. All right, folks. We will be back soon. It's not the end. It's just a little break.